Hey guys, happy hump day and welcome to Midday Missing, where I cover missing person cases. And I guess I should have muted myself because I was hearing myself in my head. Anyway, I am Teri True Crime. For those of you that are not familiar with me, I am half of the True Crime and Wine Time podcast team. And if you didn't know, currently True Crime and Wine Time production produces several shows. So we are on several times a week. We have the Hey Ho Show with JT. We have the podcast True Crime and Wine Time, the investigation into the disappearance of Chase Lackey, Night Court, and Midday Missing. So we are on several times a week, and you can always join us if you want some fun, or you can catch it later. And before we get started today, I thought I would let Mr. Jasper say hello real quick. Can you say hi, buddy? Can you say hi? The only time he talks or screams is when I leave the room. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but there's Mr. Jasper, and he's just going to go back and lay in my lap where hopefully he will be good for this. So, guys, I have to tell you, my heart breaks when I'm looking at the headlines and cases about these cases. Um, I don't know if I'm just, now he's chewing on my cords. Yeah, let's not do that, okay? That would not be good for your health. But it's just heartbreaking. And I just want to say that if listening to any of these cases is hard for you, totally understand if you can't, but appreciate you trying. But today, the first missing purse case, okay, Jasper, he's not cooperating here, that we're going to cover is Karlie Guse. Okay. And she was 16 when she went missing in Mono County, California in 2018. So on Friday, October 12th, Karlie told her parents that she was going to the high school football game with her boyfriend, but instead she went to a party. Now, not going to confirm or deny that I ever did that. I'm just going to say, sounds like something a teenager would do. Now, her boyfriend said while they were at the party, she smoked some marijuana, which they had done before, and that she started freaking out and was very disoriented. And the boyfriend suspected that maybe the marijuana was laced with something. She was freaked out. Oh, I'm going to put him under the desk to go lay down. Go lay down there, baby. There you go. Sorry about that. That she was scared of the music. She was paranoid about her boyfriend. So something was happening. She called her stepmother, who picked her up and took her home. Now, her stepmom, Melissa, said she stayed next to her the rest of the night to make sure she was okay. And that when she woke up early in the morning on October 13th, Karlie was gone. Now, Melissa, her stepmom, said that Karlie was very pale and that she acted very weird when she picked her up. Now, her and the dad said they felt drugs were involved and that Karlie had a bad reaction. She admitted to her stepmom that she had made some bad decisions that day, had smoked some, but what we're going to hear is some other things that make this case even more interesting. Now, Karlie lived with her dad, Zach, and her stepmom, Melissa. Zach had sole custody of Karlie, but as her mom, Lindsay, had some medical issues and couldn't feel that she could take care of Karlie the way she needed to, and she needed to move back in with her parents because of her health issues. So she had mom, dad, stepmom, you know, she had, a family unit around her. Now, Karlie was seen by neighbors around Hey guys, can you tell me in the comments if you can see me? It looks like the internet went down. I am now connected to a hotspot. So I apologize. I do not know where I went lost, but I'm back. So not exactly sure. Oh my gosh, JT. Hi, JT. Um, Not sure exactly where I was, but I was getting into telling y'all that there's some suspicious things about the family. They went on Dateline and admitted later that they lied to Dateline. Okay. Then they went on the Dr. Phil show, and Dr. Phil, if you don't know, he does a missing segment. They have helped find some people, and they have investigators. They have time, they have money. The family refused to give them the audio recording. So Melissa, the stepmom, said that she recorded her stepdaughter so that she could play it back to her when she was in her right mind so that she could let her hear how she sounded. But yet they refused to give it to Dr. Phil. They refuse to give their home address, witnesses' addresses, or phone numbers so that they could talk to Dr. Phil. All of that makes me wonder why you are not doing everything in your power to help find your kid. Because I'm going to just be honest. Even if Jasper goes missing, I am going to share every information. Even if that information is, guess what? I was sleeping in bed naked and he took off and I had to get clothes, so I don't know where he went. I mean, even if you have to admit some things. The other thing, originally the stepmom said she put her daughter to bed, she woke up and she was gone. Then later she said, no, I stayed next to her all night long. Okay, so that just makes me concerned. Next, if your child is acting that strange and you think they smoked marijuana that was laced with something, I would be taking my kid to the ER. Get a drug test done, draw blood, see what the F it was laced with. Because what if it was something that would have killed her while she was sleeping? I mean, you just don't know. And guys, the cops are not going to arrest her for smoking a joint. Okay. Even in crazy Texas, they're not going to do that. So that makes me wonder, why wouldn't you take them to the hospital? Why wouldn't you give all of the information that you could to help? I mean, it makes me wonder, what are you hiding? Or what are you lying about? Her mom, her biological mom, now believes that the stepmom and dad had something to do with Karlie's disappearance. There is, let me tell you guys, I went down some rabbit holes. Everything from Karlie died in bed and the stepmom and dad freaked out, so they got rid of her body. That she was abducted by somebody, that she OD'd something. I mean, there's just so many things. So I want to tell the parents, please open your closet. We all got skeletons in your closet, okay? I got skeletons in my closet. It comes to finding your kid, your grandkid, your spouse. Well, maybe not your ex-spouse, but if it's your spouse, you do what the heck you got to. I mean, I do not want to tell people how to act when your kid goes missing. Okay. I like to think I know how I would act, whether I'd be crying, hysterical, I'd be silent. I don't know. But I can tell you this, I would give all information to the police to find the person that's missing. And if I think their drugs have been laced with something, I would take them to the hospital. Okay. Now, police have said both the stepmom, Melissa, and the dad, Zach, have passed a polygraph test, and they do not believe they have anything to do with her disappearance. Guys, to me, a polygraph test is junk science. If you can be taught how to beat the test, or you can take a Xanax or something so that you can pass the test, that is junk science. Unless there is something you can add to the test to count for those things, it's a junk test. So I don't know. Until she is found, we're not going to know what happened. I am going to try to believe on the positive side that they were not involved and that they just do not know what to do and they're out of their element. I am just going to tell them, you're out of your element. Open up your door. Tell the police come in. They can have whatever they need. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, if you have any information about Karlie Guse, please contact the FBI at 916-746-7000. Or if you don't feel comfortable, you can submit an anonymous tip at tips.fbi.gov. I'm going to also say this. I don't know how their system works, but use a VPN and a DuckDuckGo or a hidden browser just to make sure you're protecting yourself if you really want to be anonymous. Okay. I don't know how it works. I'm just going to say to please do that. Okay. Now, this next case is heartbreaking because of the limited amount of information that I could find. Because once again, he's not a blonde white female. Okay. But excuse me. And also I have someone sucking on my toe. So Jasper's getting ready for his lunch, but he doesn't get it until 1 o'clock. So keep on sucking on the toe. Just don't bite. So Jason Jolkowski, I think that's how you say it, or Jason Jolkowski. Sorry, I tried. He was born on June 24th, 1981 in Nebraska and was last seen on June 13th, 2001. He was 19 years old and he was at home on the morning of June 13th when his boss called and asked if he could come into work early. Okay. Jason, being that stand-up guy, said, yeah, I can come in. My car's in the shop. It would take me an hour to walk there. Let me see if my coworker can bring me and I'll call you back. Called his coworker. Coworker said, absolutely, I can take you. Let's meet at the high school where we graduated from, which was only about 8 blocks away from Jason's house. Now, they agreed to meet at 11 a.m. And Jason was heading out to walk to the high school. He was dressed in his uniform, but being the responsible young man he first took in the garbage cans and returned them to the garage. People, how many of you can't get your husband or kids to do that? So I'm going to just say Jason was a really good guy. And his brother and a neighbor saw him doing that chore and then saw him leave in his work uniform to walk 8 blocks, which he had done hundreds, thousands of times. Well, his coworker waited at the high school until around 11:30 a.m. when she jumped out, found a payphone, called to see what was holding him up. His brother Michael answered and said, hey, he left about over a half hour ago. They both became worried. And guys, Jason never showed up at the high school and he was never seen by anyone again after putting those trash cans in the garage. Now, this next part, those of you that know me or have followed, there's shit that just pisses me off. Back then, the family had to wait 24 hours to report him missing. Why in the hell do you need to wait 24 hours? Everybody knows. There's even a show, 48 hours. It's critical, most 48 hours, okay? So, and what is so common, police fail to immediately act. They believed maybe Jason was a runaway. They waited 10 days to start actually looking for him. Guys, 10 days. 10 freaking days they waited to start looking for him. Because, I mean, guys, if you wait 10 days, I think we all know evidence can disappear. People's memories change. Backup can be erased on a Ring camera if you only save it for 7 days. Shit goes away. Okay. And the other crazy thing, he never had run away before. He had $650 in his bank account. Who runs away and doesn't take their money? Right? So police later did view video footage from the high school, and they verified he never made it to the high school. So somewhere in 8 blocks, Jason went missing. Okay? His ATM card was never used. That $650 still sat there. His cell phone was not used. Now, police and the family do believe that he was most likely abducted and killed. Okay. I don't know why they think he was abducted and killed instead of maybe just abducted. I think we've learned that people are sex trafficked, that people kidnap people, hold them in their homes for many, many years. So I don't know why they suspect that. I couldn't find anything that would tell me. And since we don't investigate the cases, I had to prevent myself from going into that. They did go and check out the multiple sex offenders in the area, and they say nothing came of this. So I'm going to say, not saying that if they would have done something within the first 24 hours or within the first 10 fucking days, first 10 days, maybe something could have happened. But I'm going to say you would have had a better chance. And if you want the odds in your favor, you got to do it all, and you got to do it quickly. Now, it has been 23 years and Jason is still missing. His family founded a nonprofit called Project Jason that helps family of missing persons with tactical guidance, emotional support, and gives overall general hope for the families. So you can learn more about that organization by going to projectjason.org, or they have a Facebook group. And if you have any information regarding Jason Jolkowski, please call the Omaha Police Department at 402-444-5818 or call 1-800-843-5678. I also want somebody to find out, do you still have to wait 24 hours in Omaha, Nebraska to report somebody missing? Because if you do, you need to write your legislators and tell them they need to change that shit, because that's just not acceptable. Okay? Or you need to move the hell out of Omaha, Nebraska. I mean, Texas and Nebraska have a big, rivalry thing kind of going. So does Oklahoma. I'm just going to tell you, Nebraska is a beautiful place. A lot of great people live there. But if you have to wait 24 hours to report your 19-year-old missing or any family member missing, you might want to move. Okay? There's my rant on that, guys. Now, this next one, Angie actually told me about it. And Angie, I want to say this one pushed me in a lot of ways, and not in a good way. Okay? Not in a good way. So Daniel Robinson was 24 when he went missing on June 23rd, 2021 in Buckeye, Arizona. Guys, Daniel was a Tempe geologist. He's a smart dude. He was last leaving his work site in Buckeye, Arizona. His Jeep was found crashed in a ravine, and police originally said there was no foul play. So, my first question, police, his Jeep is crashed in a ravine, and his body, or he is nowhere near the Jeep, and you said there was no foul play. To hit a ravine, you're not on the road. Did you think he just decided to go off-roading for some reason? Really? You just said there's no foul play? Okay. Now, a kick-ass private investigator who is a retired police officer has done more work than the police on this. And he said in his opinion, and guys, he was a retired police officer, so I trust his opinion. They said this crash looked like a setup. Okay. And that the Jeep was driven for about 11 miles after the airbags deployed. Okay. So that means someone hit the car. He drove another 11 miles into that ravine. Okay. So yes, maybe he was disoriented from an airbag. Okay. Let's be fair. I've driven into a ravine too, but you found me next to my car waiting. Okay. Also, they found red paint on his Jeep, which indicated someone hit him, causing the crash. Okay. Now, guys, here's the other thing. His Jeep was found July 23rd, which happens to be my birthday. In case anyone wants to put that down and mail me pink glitter, I'm always open for pink glitter. But his Jeep was found on July 23rd by a local rancher in that ravine. That rancher had been in that area and at that ravine on the 17th, which means that Jeep had not been there since he went missing on the 23rd. So please, how could you say there was no foul play when you went missing on the 23rd? You found, not the police, but someone found the Jeep on the 23rd, a month later, and had been in that area, a week before, and the Jeep wasn't there. Someone put that Jeep there after he went missing. Okay, guys? You on that with me? And the private investigator, mind you again, not the police, the private investigator went to Daniel's place where he resided. His room had been severely ransacked, and someone got into his laptop and was searching for shit on his laptop. Suspicious, anyone? And he was a geologist. And I can't help but think, did they, was somebody looking to see if he was searching for gold? I mean, I don't know. There could be so many things. Now, Daniel's dad has said the Buckeye police have been less than helpful. Guys, I'm going to just say less than helpful. His dad, David, is a nice guy, because I wouldn't have said it so nice. Okay. Now here's my thing. Guys, Daniel is African American. He's black. And I can't help but wonder, is that one of the reasons the police have been less than helpful and want to say that they don't suspect foul play? And the total lack of investigation by the Buckeye police is absolutely horrific. The fact that they say no foul play, but yet the suspicion around the car. Guys, did they think he just hung around in the desert? Because this is the desert for weeks, then decided to crash his Jeep, and then maybe he summoned aliens to come beam him up to their spaceship? Seriously, police, do your damn job. I have said this about Harris County, and I've said before, not all law enforcement do this, okay? But there are some out there that are just bad apples, and it's rotten. I don't care if the person is purple, black, a prostitute, a drug addict, or having a mental episode. Your job is to find them. Okay? And then when you find them, and if it was a criminal act, it is to get justice and charge them. If you never look for them, when you find a body and you see he was murdered, if you haven't done an investigation, how are you going to be able to charge the person or find the person? Somebody please explain to me how you can do that if you never did an investigation in the first place. Somebody please, if you can answer that to me, if you know law enforcement, please come at me and tell me, because I am not a police officer, but I'm not stupid. Okay, cause and effect. If you don't do this, you can't have an effect. If you don't investigate, you can't charge someone. Okay, just gonna say you can't. Now, his dad has started an amazing website, okay, and a Facebook group. Go there. I am going to be doing some more research on this case because I am wondering, and I say I'm not going to investigate these cases. I don't have the time. I'm wondering if the Arizona desert where they were working and he was doing his geological stuff for the engineering company, was there a drug farm somewhere near there? Maybe I've watched too much Breaking Bad. Maybe I've dug too much into the Chase Lackey case. I just want to know, what did he possibly stumble upon that had somebody worried? Okay. The website his dad started is called pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. And that's also the name of their Facebook group. And they are working tirelessly to bring his son's disappearance. He's even running for an office, a political office. He is like me as a parent. He ain't gonna stop. So kudos to David. If somebody wants to reach out to David's dad and see if he wants to come on here, I would love to chat with him. I'm going to try to send him a message, but with everything I've got going on, I don't know if I have the time to really seek him out, but I would love to talk to him because he sounds like my kind of parent. Now, if you have any information regarding Daniel's disappearance, please call the tip line at 844-602-0660. Okay, guys, I have to tell you something. When I first was typing this up, I typed 0666 and I was like, oh my God, you cannot have a tip line that ends in 666. But I went back and realized it was a typo. It is 0660. So I'm going to just say something is just suspicious about this. Now, guys, I decided to cover another case since I wasn't able to be here Monday. And this is a case that most people have heard of. It has made national headlines. And I'm going to tell you when it happened. I made my original judgment and I never researched it, but I watched a bunch of things about it, news cases. I'm going to tell you my judgment still stands on who I think's involved. Okay. Kyron Horman. I'm sure most people remember the adorable young man in his CSI t-shirt and his glasses, and the picture was taken outside of the science fair at school on the day he went missing. He is absolutely adorable. So he was born on September 9th, 2002, and he disappeared from Skyline Elementary School in Portland, Oregon on June 4th, 2010. Okay, guys, I got to stop right here. How in the F does a kid go missing from inside an elementary school? I'll tell you how I think when we get there. Kyron had been taken to school by his stepmother, Teri. And guys, I'm going to just say right now, I'm glad she has an extra R in her name because I don't want anyone to ever confuse me as being the same as that woman because I think she is a bunny boiler. But she helped him set up for the science fair. Teri said she left the school around 8:45 and that she saw Kyron walking down the hall towards his classroom. Then she went to do errands, yada, yada stuff. And then that afternoon, she posted a picture on Facebook around 1:15 p.m. showing Kyron at the science fair. Then that afternoon, her and Kyron's dad, Kane, and their new little girl went to the bus stop to get Kyron. And guys, they were shocked when he did not get off the bus and was told he never got on the bus. First of all, why doesn't that school have a notification system telling parents their child is absent from school? I had kids. I even got notified back in 2005 when my kids didn't go to school. So, how, when he didn't make it to his first period class, did dad not get a text, a phone call, something? So, then they checked with the school and found he was absent all day and he never made it to class, which they would have known if the school system had a notification system. Okay. The police here did a damn good job. I like to give credit where credit is due. They immediately began searching around the school, about a 2.5 mile area, and nearby an island that was right by there, that there was a bridge. They had over 300 qualified search and rescue individuals, plus 1,300 others who came and helped search. They worked 24 hours a day nonstop for 10 days, and he was not found. Okay. And guys, this case gets crazier. Okay. At 10 days, they did not stop investigating. They stopped searching and spent more time on investigating. One of the reasons I think that is because of information that they uncovered during their search. The Hormons landscaper came forward and told police that batshit bunny boiler crazy Teri had offered him money to kill Kane, which is Kyron's dad, back in January, just 5 months before Kyron disappeared. Okay, guys, did you hear me? She solicited someone to try to kill her husband 5 months before their son goes missing, or her stepson, and she's the last one to see him, supposedly walking towards his class. Now, guys, Teri denied this. However, she failed 2 polygraph tests. Like I said, they are junk science. I think you can pass them if you're taught how to cheat. However, I do think if you fail them, I would take about 75% of that as factual. Okay. Now, Kane, Kyron's dad, I am going to tell you, he did exactly what in the hell a person should do. He immediately moved out of the house, took the daughter with him, filed for divorce and a restraining order against batshit bunny boiler Teri. Okay, guys, that is what a parent does. I mean, a lot of you know Double H. I love him to the moon and the back. He is my other half. He is my rock. I probably would not be sitting here today alive if it wasn't for that man. But let me tell you, he tried to hire somebody to kill me or one of my kids or my grandkids. Guess what? He gone. He is out on that curb faster than you can say Jiminy Cricket. Okay? So, just saying. Kyron was 7 years old at the time he disappeared. And like I said, he was last seen wearing a CSI shirt. Now, I have his photo pulled up here, and I am going to attempt to be all snazzy like JT and share my screen. I don't know if it's going to work, but let's see, because I want y'all to see this cute little boy in case you haven't heard of this case. Share screen. Share screen with 2 monitors. Okay, I'm doing this. Let's see. If I'm doing this right. Okay, guys, can y'all see his missing person flyer? Look at this cutie patootie. This is an age progression that was done, saying what they think he would look like in 2022. This is the photo taken the day of the science fair. But look at this freaking cutie. Okay? Look at that cutie. Now, guys, when I said it gets crazier, the stepmom took that picture of him in front of the science project and posted it on Facebook around 1:20 p.m. Now, she said she was driving around their daughter that she had with Kyron's dad, trying to get to soothe her because she had an ear infection. I will tell you, I never put my child in a car to drive them around with an ear infection and then go to work out at the gym and take your child to the gym daycare to work out who has an ear infection. Why would you go work out? Why would you go to the grocery store? Why didn't you take your butt home? Anyway, but she told police all about her activities. All of her time has been accounted for. Uh-oh, guys, can y'all still see me? I don't think I did the screen share right, but can y'all see me at least? Hopefully. If not, let me know. I will put it in the Discord, or Angie, I'll send it to you if you can put it in Discord, because let's all remember I am Discord illiterate, but I am trying, okay? I did look to see if there was a dummies guide, and I didn't find a dummies guide, but I did find some videos. But anyway, they could account for all of her activity except for between 10 in the morning and 11:39, okay? Here's where it gets crazy. It was reported by multiple people that there was a second person inside of Teri's car the morning she took Kyron to school for the science fair. Okay, that person was sitting in the car while she went in. To this day, that second person has not been identified. Okay. It gets worse, guys. I will still share my thoughts. Kyron's mom, Desiree, said that Teri hated Kyron, okay, and blamed him for her marital issues with Kane, Kyron's dad. Now, when Teri's dad, yes, Bunny Boiler, Teri's dad asked if he thought his daughter could hurt Kyron or be involved, he said there was a 50-50 chance. Guys, her dad says there's a 50-50 chance. I mean, come on. Now, police showed Kyron's mom, Desiree, emails that Bunny Boiler Teri had sent to a family member weeks before Kyron's disappearance. And after that, she said she truly believes that Teri is capable of hurting Kyron. Apparently, Teri's words in the emails, they would not share the exact emails with the public, showed that she had a severe hatred for Kyron. And they said the words were so horrible that everyone believes she could have hurt him. Okay. Police have publicly said that they have probable cause to think Teri was involved in his disappearance. They do not have enough evidence to arrest her. Guys, I'm going to say it again. Somebody out there knows something. There is no way this Bunny Boiler kept her mouth shut. She talked to somebody. Okay? Somebody needs to come forward. Kyron's dad, Kane, did divorce Teri, and he got full custody of the daughter he shared with Bunny Boiler, and she gets supervised visitation. That tells you police have very good probable cause. Courts would not make supervised visitation against the daughter if she had never done anything to the daughter. It had to be because there's good evidence. I mean, and to this day, Kyron has not been found. Okay. In this case, drives me crazy because no one just disappears. And with the information I've read online and back in the beginning, I always thought Bunny Boiler stepmom was involved. And to this day, I still think she was involved. I don't know if she's the one who actually killed him. We don't know that he's deceased. I'm going to assume he is. My thoughts are she took him to that science fair, took pictures, then she left with him. No one else saw him in the hallways walking. He was seen at the science fair. He wasn't seen after that. She could have walked him out to the car. Oh, we forgot to get this in the car. Took him to the car. Somehow, she and that other person in the car got Kyron out of that school and into the car. She maybe sold him into trafficking. I don't know. Most likely, she did something horrific to him. I want to implore anyone that has information about this to please come forward, because karma's going to get Teri. I believe in good karma. I believe in karma. She gonna get hers. And if you know something and you don't tell, you're gonna get yours. Okay? And there, you can call and report any information. You can also submit it to the FBI. I would say submit to the FBI, the Portland field office, for this case. But I want to say on record, I think she had something to do with it. And my heart breaks for Desiree and Kane, because Kane married this woman. I mean, you marry her, you think your son's safe with her, and find out she was trying to kill you because you weren't getting along with her. Then she takes a picture of your son at a science fair. She's the last one to see him. She posted on Facebook, everything. And she was just trying to say, oh, look, I'm a good stepmom. Okay. No, you're not, lady. You are a scumbag. You are a piece of dirt. And I'm going to say, Miss Teri Bunny Boiler, I'm going to put you up there with Addison Guerrera and Matt Brewer from the Chase Lackey case. Y'all all going to get yours. So I hope the family can get the information, and I hope karma gets her and whoever else was involved. But I, at the end of the day, hope his family gets the answers that they deserve. And then I hope they get justice. I hope she gets whatever's the worst karma you could have somebody get. So that's all I got today. I want to thank you all for joining me. I look forward to seeing you all again next Monday for our next episode of Midday Missing. I have gotten medical meds infusion stuff, so I should be good for the upcoming months coming into summer and have less flare-ups or pseudo flare-ups, which is exciting. So shouldn't have to miss, but I thank you all for your patience. Don't forget, you can catch all of our productions here on our YouTube channel. And until next week, stay safe, watch out for crime, enjoy your wine time, guys. Thanks, guys. Now I'm going to go feed the goat. Bye, guys. See, I'm slow playing this stuff. Here we go.